Welcome to TVC Quickshot number 5. If you're following this series, I'm going through the entire vintage collection, starting from the beginning with Dengar. This is number 5 because it's VC05. It is the ATAT Commander. What a classic cardback this is. What a movie. What a vehicle. What a classic. Brilliant. So this is an exact reissue of a 1980s card, the ATAT Commander. Just so fantastic. So when I was a kid, and maybe when you were a kid as well, I always used to think that this figure was General Veers. Let's just, since we've started this little discussion now, let's go in on the back first and show you this. This is the original. As you can see, they've reproduced that for us in the modern line in 2010 to be exact. But I always used to think it was General Veers, but it wasn't. It was always a generic character, an AT-AT commander, an ATAT, all-terrain armoured transport. It was never anyone specific. But, you know, you could always close your eyes as a kid and pretend it was General Veers. I certainly did. But what they've done is they've given you a modern equivalent, and what a figure it is. I do have it loose. As I say, if you're following this series, this is number 5 in the series. And so far I have 4 out of 5. Some I have loose, some I don't. I didn't have Han Echo Base, but I do have this guy loose. And let's go in and close up now on him. Firstly, let's have a look at him loose. Now, I'll go back to the car back in a minute. It is a great figure, and as you can see, he is fully articulated. There's not a hell of a lot you can do with him because he only stands to attention because he hasn't got ball jointed hips, so all he can do is stand in that pose. But it's got removable aspects, which I'll show you shortly. But I love the face as well. Whoever that is, he's just generic Imperial. He looks like he's really thinking, you know. Ice cold Imperials, aren't they? Some of them, the best ones are, like General Veers. Now then, let's have a look at this classic cardback then. It really is great. It is the first in this line of videos that I'm doing. As I say, I'm going through the vintage collection right from scratch. This is the first card to be a vehicle card. Now, cardbacks in the vintage collection are usually a character on the front. Now, because he's generic, they just put a vehicle on. And they have since the 80s. The other cardbacks that are like that are TIE Fighter, B-Wing pilot, also A-Wing. I'd love them to bring an A-Wing card out, but that's a separate issue, I digress. So, yeah, let's have a look at this guy again. As I say, I don't want to spend time talking about articulation. I just really want to celebrate how good these cards are in one massive series of videos, just showcasing the quality of this line of figures. And it's brilliant, but you know, the helmet is removable. As you can see, I might just get a bit closer now before I finish this video and show you what else you can do. The armour, if you remove this helmet, you can take off the armour as well. And as I say, I'm happy with him in that one pose. He just, underneath his armour, is just a generic low-ranking commander, I guess. There's nothing else on his insignia other than that silver cog there. But again, it's just great, isn't it? Premium quality Hasbro figure. So anyway, I'm a huge fan of the Battle of Hoth, which is undoubtedly the reason why I'm a big fan of this cardback and figure. And yeah, I mean, speaking of this card and figure nowadays on the market, he is not the cheapest one to get hold of. So you've got to either rely on a very good auction win on eBay or a generous acceptance by a seller on eBay. Or my advice to you in this day and age is to go on Facebook or the like, and to the one of the trading groups there. Like, you've got Echo Base Trading, and there's vintage collection groups and all sorts, because people are less inclined to rip you off or scalp you there. Because I mean, we've all been guilty of scalping on eBay because, you know, you've got to make a little bit of money back because of the 10% commission that eBay take from you. So people tend to charge a little bit more on there. So that's my advice anyway. But anyway, what a classic figure and cardback this is. This is VC05 of the vintage collection. Join me for another one next time. Make sure you're subscribed to Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.